Luna, it's 2018 and we're hoping for cryptocurrency to be huge. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers? Give me a howl and say Happy New Year's to everybody. Oh, oh! I think she likes you guys. I think she likes you guys quite a bit. Hold on, I'm just bringing the mic a little bit closer to her. Luna, you want to say hi to everybody? Give me a howl. Oh, oh! Give me a longer one than that. You all know the viewers, they hate it. They give me a lot of poop. Every time you howl, not so long, they give me poop. So give me a long one. Oh, oh! We just talked about this like a minute ago. Do you not remember? Don't give me those big cute eyes. Give me a really long one for the viewers. Oh, oh! I'm getting really frustrated, guys. I think I'm going to end up having dog for dinner. Don't look at me with that really smug face right now. Give me a long one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, oh! Luna, just last one we're going to try. Oh, oh! There you go. She did it for you guys. She so did it for you guys. Okay. Hey guys, how is it going today? So today is January 10 in the morning, and we're going to look at ADA, also known as Cardano. Is that how you pronounce it? Cardano? I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is a pretty interesting coin, and right now we're taking a look at it on Bittrex, traded against BTC. So the first thing we do is we try to get the big picture of what the heck is going on with it, and we try to do an Elliot Wave count. And as you guys know, I'm an Elliot Wave trader, and I count my waves like this for an impulse wave up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we count more than that, there's something wrong with it, or we're not counting the subwaves properly. And then at the end of 5 waves, there is an ABC correction like this that can come in many different shapes, varieties, and forms. So now we're going to see what we can come up with right here. So right away, I see this right here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this 5? But what's this right here, right? So now we've got to investigate. We have to investigate on a lower time frame to see what the heck is going on and why is it like that. Why are there more fractals than we would like, right? So is this 5 in there? Well, if that was 5 in there, where are the 3 waves? That wouldn't count as a wave. It would be too small. Nor would this. It wouldn't count as a correction. There's only 2 waves here in the 5th wave, right? So we don't know if there's something going on that we're counting wrong here. Okay, so because we would assume that we're counting something wrong here, we're going to approach it differently, right? So what if we counted this as 3 right here? This is 4, and there's still a 5th going up there. Would this make a little bit more sense? Now, we have to confirm, first of all, this is right. This is absolutely right, first of all, based on this retracement here. Okay, so that seems extremely right to me, that this is the first subwave in here. And now, there's actually 3 fractals in here. Now, if this was on a massive correction right now, this would be, if this was wave 3, this would be retracing right now only considered only like 3 2, which is not much, right? So what if we took the retracement from where wave 2 was to 5, because it's starting to round off already? Okay, this makes a little bit more sense now. It's rounding off at the 4912 satoshi here, right? And it also happens to be at the 0.5 Fibonacci level as well. And if we count our waves here, we get 1 wave there, we get 2 waves there, right? We get basically a 3rd wave in there, a 4th wave, and a beautiful 5th wave right there. See, this now makes a lot more sense to me. Tons more sense. So yeah, I do believe that there is actually 1 more wave that comes up here. Now this made a tiny, tiny head and shoulders pattern. I'm explaining to you guys how a head and shoulders pattern works based on Elliot Wave. We get waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we get some sort of A, B could be anything, B, and C, like this. Let's make it more like, let's say like that. Like that. So here we get the neckline that we all know. like that. Hold on, I'm just bringing up the screen really quickly. So we get the neckline just like that. And then we play it. If it breaks down, we short it. If it goes up, we play long, right? Sometimes C could end up being a truncated C like this. Sometimes it could create a double bottom and break it slightly. Sometimes it'll just do different extensions. Now, B comes in different shapes and forms once again. And now what we're going to try to do is identify the ABC in here, which we're starting to see already. Let's delete some of this to clear it up. We're starting to see the ABC. Where is my tool here? Here we go. A, B, and C somewhere, somewhere here. Right now we've retraced to the 0.5 Fibonacci level already, which is respectable. Now let's see if we can confirm more things. There should be a 3, 5, or 3, or sorry, a 3, 3, 5, or a 5, 3, 5 type of substructure for Elliot Wave coming down. Here, I'd probably end up counting this as 1, then 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 with the double bottom here. Once you see enough, you just kind of recognize these things. 1, 2, 3, 4 perfectly, and 5 for a double bottom, which makes wave A coming down. Here, in hindsight, we see it, but once we count those 5 waves, we know that there's going to be some type of corrective B pattern that can come in a zigzag or an ABCDE. This one here happens to come in an ABCDE correction. Right here. So A, B, on a different time frame, this would be congested together. C, D, and E. And once this E forms, a lot of people end up shorting it if they recognize the pattern, right? And now, what we want to look for is 5 waves on the same time frame coming down. The last wave, C, always has 5 waves, okay? And right now, what we see is pretty much almost 5 waves, right? This one here might go down as tiny hair more. Right now, we already see a low of like the 48, 78 satoshi ranges, right? In the low 5Ks. Right now, we're already bouncing up to the 5263s. So this could very well be a double bottom here or a truncated fifth, or sometimes what ends up happening is the fifth ends up becoming like that because the 4 ends up being like a whole zigzag pattern, right? And it makes like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type of corrective pattern here, or sort of A, B, C, D, E. So it could make an A, B, C, D, and E, something like that. Again, right? So it could make even a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading up to it. So it can make like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5, almost like a double, triple bottom, right? So it seems this was requested, by the way. That's why I'm doing it, and it's also pretty high there on CoinMarketCap right now. On CoinMarketCap, right? It's ranked. I think. What is it ranked? It's ranked number 5 right now at $20 billion. It's been getting some steady growth, and we see on even a 7-day chart here that's getting very low because it's in a corrective mode right now. But there's lots of potential for it to break out sometime incredibly soon because the Elliot Wave count is done, right? It's not going to break out until like it might not break out exactly into the 5th wave that I'm predicting that there still is. But what I will predict is that it will attempt to, and a lot of the times what happens is it attempts to break out into the next wave, but what ends up happening is it ends up forming a WXY pattern here. So we have the ABC in here, right? The ABC somewhere in there but now we're adding W to it as well in here. Now the W, this will make a corrective pattern as well. This one will make a 5 wave up actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from here to down, it's called a double zigzag because it's 2 ABCs that end up happening. 2 ABCs. So these patterns are very common as well. And if it doesn't break out, right, we'll get an extended correction, and then eventually these patterns form something like a wedge, right? Like a wedge maybe, or if not a wedge, then we're getting some pretty pretty nice support right here, if you guys see already, right? Do you guys see this right here? And if you look at any other coin right now, such as Bitcoin, it's forming the exact same thing. It's just that Cardano hasn't been around for a long time. Okay, guys, look at Bitcoin, okay? Look at Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you guys the exact same comparison. Ah! It shot to the sky! Look at everything! It started mooning! Sorry, guys, I got really excited there by all those green bars there. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here, okay? Bitcoin completed all these waves, right? It did an ABC kind of right here. It tried to break out, it failed, and then now it's just doing a wedge, and it's using a lot of different lines here as a support that we see. And now we take a look at where was I on here? I'm using, that's right. Okay, so now it might break up there, it might fail, right? And that might become an X point there. So that's highly possible as well. What is also possible and highly likely, like how every single coin is doing right now, is ABCDE pattern in here, right? And then when that happens, it breaks out to the upside right now. We have to remember that these are the 5 waves right now. This is the first subwave. This is because there's basically 4 motive waves up. We have to assume that one of them is a subwave, right? If we assume that this one was one up here, well, this one we trace already to the territory of wave 1 there, so that's not likely either. So just by deduction and reasoning, this has to be the only logical choice to count it. Where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where this one right here is still the first subwave. So that's the first subwave, and all of this makes the 3rd subwave, and this makes the 4th one, wherever that apex point is, and then there's still a 5th one to be had somewhere. So that's what I firmly believe is happening to this coin. And then, once that happens, guys, once that happens, we are going to get like this type of correction. I'm very experienced with new coins being released on the market, okay? I know exactly the trend. So it's going to make the first gigantic, you know, subwave, whatever, wherever it reaches, that's arbitrary, right? And then it's going to make a huge correction. Huge correction, guys. Like, I'm talking about a massive correction, okay? I don't know what fib level, Fibonacci, where it's going to land. But, you know, you look at any new coin that ends up getting released, right? It ends up, you know, squeezing into some sort of wedge pattern like this eventually over time, and then eventually breaks out some sort of pattern like that, right? Could be a flag, could be a, who knows, could be a descending triangle, could be a symmetric triangle, and then it ends up just making all of these so many different consolidations, right? Like, this might not be exact, you know, this is just showing you guys an idea of what happens after a new coin is released on the market. So we're really far right now from everything, but I just want to give you guys an idea of the far future, far and beyond. So yeah, that is what's likely going to happen. Hey guys, if I were to buy a new computer and it had to sing, what kind of brand would I buy? Well, of course, if you want a computer that sings, the brand you would buy is Adele. Hello! Let's get back into this, guys. Enough horsing around. So, does this look likely to you guys? You know, just based on deduction and everything going on here right now, right? So right here, we're definitely getting kind of a channel right here. And this is a really cool pattern to play because it's super freaking profitable. You can draw it over here. You can draw it here as a channel if you want, right? We'll see how the 5th wave ends up being. I'm pretty sure this channel is probably going to hit somewhere up there, and we will call this traps, right? We'll call those basically bull traps. So the bulls are basically just getting trapped up there, right? So let's say we went to the extreme and we went wick to wick. Right now we're going body to body, which makes the channel. If we go wick to wick, it actually makes this amazing shape right here, right? Last time we saw this on Dash, we saw this on Bitcoin. Woo! You guys know what happened. So right here, I'm going to actually zoom in closer. Right here, if we use the channel support, I don't think it's really done correcting yet. Like almost done, but not 100% yet. I think it's going to actually make a touch on this support here on the bottom. And I'll tell you guys why I think this. I think that that's going to happen because I don't count 5 waves yet. That's what I'm saying. I count 5 waves coming down here, right? We talked about this one. 1, 2, 3, right? 4, and double bottoming out there. And then the A, B, C, D, and E, and then coming down. But I don't count 5 waves here. 1, 2, I mean, this could be 3. This could be 4. That could be 5, maybe. That could be it. It could be it, right? Like, what I'm saying is this right here. But this can't be 3. 3 was way too weak, right? So if that was 1, then we counted this as 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 3 is the shortest wave, so it couldn't be that right there, okay? And there wasn't enough consolidation for this to be anything except for a small subwave. That means that this could actually end up making a 3rd wave there, 4th wave there, and a 5th wave like that. So the reason I think this is because when I say right here, I'm talking about like the 46.25 range, right? And the reason I think that is because I think that's subwave 1, that's subwave 2, that's subwave 3, that's subwave 4, and 5 will end up touching pretty much this support line right there, right? We have a very strong support line. It often likes to make a touch because everybody knows it. Everybody who's a trader will see the exact same thing that we see right now. We don't see volume picking up yet, right? Yet. And then, guys, if we actually do our extensions of fib from the top of there to right here about, to right here, whoops, I'm doing it wrong, there, and right here, right? A 1-to-1 would break it entirely. It would break it, but it's possible as well. Because a 1-to-1 extension is very likely. It's what people like to target. But I don't think we're going to get a 1-to-1 extension because of this support line once again, right? And I almost count 5 waves here. Okay, now that we know from a trend line analysis and also an Elliot Wave perspective, let's take a look at some indicators. On the 4-hour, it's definitely leveling out here, right? It might go lower, guys. It might go lower, but I want to indicate very clearly that we are so close to the bottom right now for this coin that, yeah, guys, it's going to be quite amazing. I mean, I don't know if it's going to reach up to here exactly, right? It might even just bust out and start an actual wave, but I do think it's going to make a big correction. So I want to make note that the 4-hour is about to explode right now as well, right? It's rounding out, like I mentioned. I want to make note that on the daily, it is absolutely crossing over, right? It's crossing over, but you know what? It's one of those small ticks that ends up rounding up. The only reason it's crossing over is because it's still in consolidation phase, and this is a moving average that's lagging indicator, right? So technically, the crossover happened all the way up to over here already, where it started to come down, if you think of it from that perspective. You look at it from the 3-hour perspective as well, it's definitely getting a higher high on the RSI, right? It's getting a higher high. It's leveling out, upticking a little bit. So for a swing position, like, you want to get in near the bottom, but it's not as important as day trading, right? Where every small percentage definitely matters a lot more, I would say, because I don't know why. Like, I've done both, right? When I scalp, I guess more so for scalping, every small percentage really matters a lot more, right? You minimize and you maximize your percentage a lot more, right? But for swing trading, even if I got in like plus or minus 5%, like, I'm cool with that, guys. Like, I'm really cool with that. Definitely. We get a dragonfly doji, by the way, on a 2-hour chart that indicates it's very close to the bottom right here, right? We're getting a bounce off of here and a higher low as well. On the 1-hour chart, we're getting a crossover already, but we don't know how long it's going to be. Getting a series of higher lows. 45-minute chart, upticking very nicely. Look at that. Beautiful. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. I think it's going to curve back down one more, though. You can't get a higher high on the histogram, right? This one here, it can't break the bearish zone or the neutral zone, which is between 60 to 40 RSI. If you want to get into a very bullish zone, right, you want to at least break 85 RSI in the 1-minute chart. It can barely break and sustain a high RSI. So we know that we're still in corrective phase right now. 100% we're still in corrective phase. So I think this is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, we're down ticking right now as we speak, guys. But right here, this is the buy zone, guys. I'm not trading this coin myself personally, but it was requested. And this year, I decided to take requests. Yeah! Because I want to make sure everybody retires this year, including myself. I'm going to retire this year. You guys might not see me in 2019. I'm not kidding. So this is a really strong buy zone, but we are so close to the bottom already, and I'm only going to say it a few times. Between 44,000, I'm just going to say 44 and 48.55 satoshi, okay? So 44 and 48.55 if it bounces off of here. I think that this is quite an awesome setup right here. Right here, guys, okay? Between 44 and 45, or sorry, 44 and 48, or even right here, if it goes into strength, just, you know, buy into strength. If it goes upwards and we find strong support at 52-ish. So anywhere between even 44 to 55, that's going to be a pretty good one. And let's say this is the bottom, we're just going to target a typical retracement first of all, okay? We're going to target a typical retracement first of all, just to make sure 100% that this is the end of it. And what we can do is we can ladder it, right? So there should be 5 motive waves up right here, okay? 5 motive waves up, and then we should get a correction. Now, if the correction falls below where A is right here, then that would imply strongly right now. That would imply strongly that there's still a further C correction down to over here somewhere, or even A, B, C, D, and E correction right here instead, right? So we'll see how it goes. Play it by ear. I'm probably going to keep a close eye on it between 44 and 52 range right here. We can target a typical retracement of, say, 0.5 Fibonacci first of all. Let's see what kind of reward that would yield us. Okay, let's say we went to a long position right here at the apex and we got lucky. Actually, no, we'll say right now, even at 52. No, we're not going to say 52. We're going to say 50. Nice round number. We're going to shoot for 0.5 Fibonacci retracement from here to here. Just super duper conservative. And then, you know, it could be even, it's most likely going to be higher, right? And we're going to set our stop loss, say, yeah, below this region right here. Below this general region right here. So this one was 45. I set my stop loss at pretty tight actually. I'd say 41, right? 41, and we get a risk to reward ratio of about 1 to 1. Now this is a risky trade. I am not going to deny that. It is risky, but we have a very low target, right? And you know, we can get an even better target of, say, a Fibonacci extension of 618 right here. We never know. This one could end up being all the way up here to get a double top, right? The 5 waves could be extremely strong and we can go much higher. So when I say conservative, I'm talking about worst case scenario. Target 1, 6831. Target 2, 7377, right? And heck, we can even go for the next one as a higher target for the all-time high as well at 918. So we can even go up to here for target 3. And now we get a nice risk to reward ratio of about 267 right here. So this could very well be the end of 4, or we can just get a very big correction. But either way, this is going to attempt wave 1, guys. It is going to, going to attempt subwave 1 of wave 5 going up here. And that is how I count my Elliot Wave. So I'm going to keep a close eye once again between 44 and about, and right now, at about the 50 range, we'll say, okay? 40 in the 50 range. Now, I really can't see it retracing to the 618 level. I just cannot see it. I mean, this right here, deleting some of this stuff right here. This right here acts as a resistance because it's the first subwave. Actually, it is possible, but not likely. So here, once again, we are at what fib level? We're about at 0.5 fib level already, right? And because there's still a fifth wave to go, you know, I might even keep an eye on it and lower it down to over here, just in case we get some sort of some traps down here, right? We get some wicks poking out of here, but that is a very clear support line, right? Super clear support line, but keep an eye on the 618 level as well. So I'll change it, right, to the 4,000 satoshi to around the 5, even right now. right now, guys, literally between 4,000 and 52. Keep an eye on it for signs of reversal, and then ride it to, you know, target 1 once again. Target 1 is 6831. Sorry, I can't read it, it's hard. Which is 25% gains. Target 2 is 35% gains at 7377, and target 3 is, we'll say, you know, just assume first of all there will be some sort of resistance at slope. Target 3 will go for the 786 resistance right here at 50% gain. So if you guys want to see these charts, I'll have it very nicely put up and written up on Steemit. I'll be blogging on there quite often. So if you guys enjoyed this video here, I'd really appreciate it if you guys upvoted it. If you guys on Steemit, that'd be awesome if you did that. You know, like, subscribe, yada yada yada. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, the whole 9 yards there, okay? But I didn't even tell you guys the target, okay? I didn't even tell you guys the target for what I think it is going to hit. We're just going to take a very conservative target off of wave 3, okay? Off of wave 3, and assume that it hits somewhere right in there. Okay, you guys are going to be ready to be blown away. Ready? Do you guys feel the anticipation? Huh? Do you guys feel it? So it will probably be sloped more, I'm guessing. Actually, I'm going to take wick to wick, like that. I'm guessing a 1-to-1 extension about. I don't know what that translates to in dollars, but it wants to finish the final 5th wave, I think. So it'll most likely be later when it squeezes into this wedge region, fits somewhere in here. That's between, wow, like 11,000 and 13,000, right? So we're talking about a potential later for 100% gain to 135% gain long term. So once again, if you guys want to see these charts, go to Steemit, upvote it. Make sure you guys love my dog. She's like the best thing in the world. You guys heard her at the beginning of this video. She's quite awesome, isn't she, guys? So anyways, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, and don't forget, Luna's got her own cryptocurrency piggy bank. If you guys love my videos, you guys are welcome to donate to her. She uses it all for like tequila and vodka. She's got a pretty bad problem like her daddy right now, so it's okay though. It's okay, you know, misery loves company. It's like, a surprise, Luna just brought home a 2-6, want to party a little bit? And she's like, yeah, I'm all over it. Okay, have yourselves a great day, guys. I'll be releasing tons of TA videos like this from now on, just to give you guys a very general idea from a different perspective of Elliot Wave. So take it easy. Bye.